this is going to be a really fun moment for me and Ryan, what's about to happen. Now, we got Chiefs, Bills, some other NFL stuff, great moments of white basketball history going on right now. We'll get to all of those things. But first, my father is from Louisiana. Ryan is from Louisiana. My dad is from a little town called Oakdale. Ryan is from Lafayette. And I say that to say that we are both people who are very familiar with Louisiana and the different ways that Louisiana gets down. Danny is from Chicago and has done Midwest and really, really cold New York State living, right?
That's correct.
This is not very Louisiana at all, okay?
I got no Southern ties in my family. The only Louisiana experience I have is basically Bourbon Street in New Orleans.
Okay, and I need you to understand there's Southern, but there's Louisiana. Like Louisiana stands on its own. So this LSU coaching search was already declared. Ross Dellinger at Yahoo Sports put something in one of his pieces where somebody's quoted as saying that this was going to be the most Louisiana thing ever, okay? Now, where this has gotten extra Louisiana, and when we say that, we mean like in a Huey Long sort of way, is that the governor has decided that he is going to run this search, right? Like this is clear that he has decided he's going to run this search. Now, an important detail for you to understand is that the athletic director at LSU, Scott Woodward, is the guy who also was the athletic director at Texas A&M when they hired Jimbo Fisher, and he got the $70 million buyout. And this Brian Kelly buyout, which is a $50 million buyout, I believe. Though it's worth noting, James Franklin also has a $50 million buyout, and your boy Scott did not negotiate that one. This is just kind of what things cost, okay? But he's that guy. Anyway, LSU is an interim president right now. So that's why the governor has taken in this power vacuum. And I started seeing crazy quotes from the governor's press conference yesterday. People were sending them to me. And I just read them because they were quotes, they were written down. Like they were sent in tweets. And I try to stay off of that place as much as I can at this point. So I wasn't clicking the links, right? Then I was made aware that it was a press conference. And baby, if you thought that what we had told you previously implied Louisiana-ness in this situation, Danny, we're about to let you know how Louisiana get down. Ryan, can we get Governor Jeff Landry of Louisiana at his press conference about this LSU coaching situation?
To foot the bill. So yeah, absolutely. Who's that? No. I can tell you right now, Scott Woodward is not selecting the next coach. Hell, I'll let Donald Trump select it before I let him do it. I don't know, but the Board of Supervisors is going to come up with a committee, and they're going to go find us a coach. Hold on. One real quick thing on that. Because here's what y'all reporters need to do. Y'all need to start looking at who represents all these people, like these agents. You know what's interesting? If I'm not mistaken, Woodward's agent, Kelly's agent, the Texas A&M, they're all the same agent. Like you realize if I would be, I don't know how many sports writers we got here today? Just you. We should have a bunch. Okay? Like this is ridiculous. Lawyers would be disbarred for the way these agents act and the way they're able to represent. In fact, there's no doubt, they may even represent some of the players now. Like it's really time for the NCAA to put on some guardrails in college sports. Because, and it's fine. We don't need the guardrails. If big billionaires want to spend all that kind of money, no problem. But if I got to go find $53 million from Kemp, it's not going to be a pleasant conversation. I'm just telling you.
Okay. First of all, he's not entirely wrong on the agent thing, but he's also not entirely right. Like that's a platitude. We know this, right? Put a pin in that point. Yeah, put a pin in that point though, because I just need your reaction to simply hearing that man's voice.
It's very Cajun. That is. It's hard to take anything he says seriously,
and they get mad about that. By the way, that makes them very mad.
I know. I just gave them red meat in the comments there. Yeah, I'm like. This is terrible, but I'm thinking that he sounds like a character in Adam Sandler's The Water Boy.
Yes.
Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, Mr. Coach Klein, Like, I'm just like, I can't take him seriously. Like, that is just, he's just a stereotypical archetype of everything that I learned about Louisiana culture, which my first exposure to it was Adam Sandler when I was like 12 years old, which is not good.
And the thing for me and Ryan is we're like, no, it's just kind of how it goes, right? Like this is not what any of you think is coming. That's like the Ed Ogeron situation, right? Like it's not what
that
any
was
of you,
amazing.
Yeah, but Ogeron was a football coach, so more into a lane that you could go for. And he is from St. Martinville, Louisiana. This is archetype, I think, is an appropriate way for you to put this. But what I heard as he went through all of that, including the platitude about the agent thing, like, yeah, buddy, like, you know what's interesting to me, and as I heard him say this, right, which sounded very much like a moment that all of us can have at various points, where you meet a fan in the wild and they hit you with a platitude, really thinking that they dropped the big joke. And they're like, hey, man, I got this thing that I've been thinking about. They shoot 2-minute 3-pointers in the NBA now.
Right.
And you're like, oh, man, glad you brought that up. You need to talk about that on your show, right? Yeah. He was that guy, and that's what dawned on me is going to make this search hilarious, and what generally makes these searches hilarious when they're not done by an athletic director. If it's not done by an athletic director, you know who's going to go find your new coach? A fan. Maybe a really rich fan. Maybe a very powerful fan. Perhaps one with high levels of education. But in the end, just a fan.
Right.
Does
someone
that
who
sound
spends
like a good
time
idea?
On message boards.
Yes.
Like someone who has a username somewhere. I don't know if it's relevant, but it feels like it might be, because I did see some sort of like walk back comment from him that he was like, but I'm not going to be selecting the next coach. Like, is this gentleman popular? Like, is he broadly popular?
You know what? Let's look this up. Jeff Landry approval rating.
Because
whoa. 5 days ago, headline, Governor Landry's approval ratings drop across Louisiana, even in Acadiana, and Acadiana is where he's from. His approval rating has dropped to 39%. And that's the reason why I think we're seeing this in the way that we do. Look, talking bad about Brian Kelly and wanting to fix LSU football is a bipartisan issue, shall we say. He sent the tweet during the game about how they needed to roll back the increase in ticket prices. That's like he has figured out his way back to the top, except, I don't think this is really going to be it.
Yeah, like, right, exactly. Criticizing Brian Kelly, rolling back ticket prices, that's like a populist agenda thing. Like, he could have taken that 39% and maybe bumped it up into the low 50s, but then he went a step too far and it was like, I'm taking over the search. And everyone's no, you're not. No, you're not.
I'm going to run. Don't you have other things that you should be doing? And he's like, what's more important than this? And the people are like, you know what? You got a point.
Exactly. But if they liked him, they'd be like, yeah, I mean, he can't do a worse job than the last guy who hired Brian Kelly, but they don't like him.
Hey, man, understand this. Louisiana is known for government and people oftentimes having, we'll call it, misplaced priorities. Look at how long it took for them, or the circumstances under which it took for them to change the legal drinking age from 18 to 21, and what they did that at the expense of, which I believe was federal funds for the highways, but they had decided that some things are more important than your highways being what they are supposed to be. Yeah, you tell the governor, like, hey, man, it's about to be a Category 5 barreling down. We have a coach to find. Like, you think that you want to see a Category 6? Right. Let us not find a coach. That'll be a Category 6.
We've seen hurricanes before. We don't like seeing 5 losses.
Yes, that's like
Category 5 losses is the real problem.
Well, the other part is because that's a state with only one really big time school. It's like Ohio State. This is what everybody does, right? Yeah. There's no split going on here. This is not being partitioned. This is what everybody's into. This is what everybody cares about.
Well, and I will say their marketing is pretty spectacular. Like, I love college football, but it's not in my like top 3 like sports. Like, I got a wife and kids, so I kind of have to give up a lot of my Saturdays to spend with them because of what I do on my Sundays. But the marketing of like I haven't been to a night game at Baton Rouge just like feels like a black hole in my sports fan
I
experience.
kind of want to go.
life.
I kind of want to go. I kind of want to go. Like I've done a night game at Baton Rouge, but it was at Southern, which is also cracking. But
I'm sure.
I kind of want to do the Baton Rouge thing, and while they sing a Garth Brooks song that I don't actually know, but I've heard of only because of them, which tells you a lot because I'm from Texas. Like the thing is, we got to make sure we get to like at once a good one, but also one that we know they're gonna win. Like I don't want to be around them if they're a little salty, but I bet that tailgate is bananas.
That's really what it is. I want to experience the game day culture, and then the game can be, it can be the afterthought.
Hey, start working on it, and in 2026, we'll figure out. And when I say working on it, you understand what I mean. You know, talk to the boss.
Yeah.
See if you can get you a couple days.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I think that we could go down there and do our odd couple thing of down there
I'm
in
in.
Baton Rouge. Ryan can start working with his boss too.
I'm in.
Yeah, we can do this.
I am in, and that's the doubleheader. Now we don't want to go to a Saints game.
No. I have no. Let me tell you something. They might fight me. Like the Saints game. Saints games I don't need to be, but I'm gonna take you. I got to take you over my side of Baton Rouge. You know, I got all kind of family through there, so I got.
I believe it. I'm in, man.
Yeah. I got to show you the other side of Baton Rouge, but we go do that.